Hello there, this is DBT and this is Art of Runes. And alright, let's continue playing some more Asphalt 8. And today, as you can see on the screen, I'm gonna be talking about the newest Lamborghini added in the game. The Lamborghini Huracan's replacement. The Lamborghini Temerario, which indeed comes to replace the Huracan in the lineup for Lamborghini. Don't worry, I'll explain all of that. And of course, this is because there's a treasure rush that just started for the car, and yep, we're gonna have a look at it as well as the time-limited event that begun. But before I jump into it, if you enjoy my content, you know what to do. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Because doing this thing tells YouTube that this is worth recommending to more people can find the channel, and in that way, it keeps me going. So, if you want to continue seeing Asphalt 8 content right here, let me know that you enjoy this stuff by hitting the like button and subscribing. But alright, now as I just mentioned, there's a treasure rush, but before I actually jump into that, I want to take a bit of a look of a small topic that I see mentioned from time to time, that people are running out of boosters. And while it is true that, you know, boosters are not an unlimited resource in this game, it's also worth mentioning that there's a decent bunch that you can get on relatively, let's say the daily, but some days you can, whatever, it's fine. I'm going over here just so that you see that I have absolutely nothing in my inbox so far, but I want you to see on the time-limited events, some of these events that I haven't claimed just yet. I missed one of these parts cups for the week. I missed also, actually I think I missed two. I did my showdowns, and two of these I got good results, in another one not so much. But basically what I want to do over here is show you me claiming all of these rewards. This because while the parts are there and you can sell them for fusion coins, in these events you can get boosters on the daily. Now, I say on the daily, but these parts cups only happen 4 days a week. But still, you can get 30-minute boosters from this no problem. By simply doing the race, you don't even need to get a great result on the race, just has some minimal requirements like do a couple of perfect runs and things like that. So from this, I'm getting some boosters. Like I said, I missed one of those part cups in the week, actually two. But still, one of those cups don't give a lot of boosters. Either way, let's claim the ones of Showdown Cup. And actually, you know, people somewhat justifiably don't like very much these cups because they can be really annoying when you're racing against the AI, and it feels incredibly unfair because it's incredibly unfair. But if you commit to doing those and you get a good result, you can definitely get a bunch of boosters from this. And that is why I saved this for a week. These are the ones for the week that is ending as I am recording this video when the treasure rush started. So this is basically to give you an idea of how there are boosters to be acquired. All you have to do is, well, just go for them. This, I think, is the cup where I didn't get a lot of, I didn't get the best results out there. That's why I didn't qualify into the 1 hour boosters, but there we go. I claimed all of this stuff, and what did I get from it? Well, some stuff over here, but specifically when it comes to boosters, 63 boosters. And here it is, all of the boosters that I got from the events of the week. 1 hour boosters as well, 30 minutes, 15 minutes. A bunch of boosters to be gotten over there. So yeah, in case you were wondering, no, but where do I get the boosters? That's where you get them. All you have to do is commit to doing those cups and just claim your boosters because they're there for the grabs, and why not? Now granted, if these boosters are still not enough, that's because you play probably quite a bunch of the game and you might need to buy boosters another way. But for people that play this game moderately, there we go, on the daily, I think this should be just about enough boosters. But hey, I just wanted to show you that quickly. Alright, let's talk about the new Lambo, the Temerario's replacement. Yeah, I did a bit of a joke at the start, because obviously I don't own the Temerario, so I couldn't show it over here at the start. So yeah, therein lies the whole thing. In case you don't know, this new car, the Lamborghini Temerario for Lamborghini, is a replacement for the Huracan series. This is not built from a Huracan, this is a new platform. So this is the one from which you're going to be seeing a lot of cars in the future. There actually already is IRL, Temerario GT3 with a big wing and all of that stuff. I wish that's the one that was added in the game, but hey. So yeah, anyway, this is the Temerario, the new platform when it comes to the small bull. I'll talk more about that once I do a couple of races here. But yeah, Treasure Rush. I'm definitely going to be trying to get this car through the Treasure Rush, but the reality is that my chances to get it is, you know, my chances are very low. Okay, I did a bit of a pause there because I needed to have a sip of water because Jesus Christ, I can't speak. As I was saying, my chances to get this car are very low. Just about as for everybody else, right? So I'm gonna be trying to get all the points and whatnot. I'm probably not gonna get it, and I will wait until this car eventually shows up for a car hunt, and that's when I'll get it and I'll test it and all of that. But fortunately, as it stands right now, there's a time limited event for this car, and I don't know why I cannot speak today. Jesus Christ. I guess it's late and I'm tired. If we go again to events, you will see it at the bottom or wherever you see it, the Lamborghini Temerario Cup. Now, if we look at the rewards itself, you know, there's some fusion coins to get over here, a bit of tokens at 5%, well, 450 is a decent amount of tokens, and at 1%, you can get 2 Class S direct upgrades. Now, if you watched the video that I did last week in the Friends or Foes Cup, where I was not even able to qualify into 5% because it was difficult, I did say that this particular cup was difficult because it was limited to owners of this car. However, for the Lamborghini Temerario, this is not the case because this cup is open to everybody. It's a free try. So hitting the 5% should be considerably easier than it is hitting it in that other event. So anyway, before we get into the race itself, I do want to have a quick look at the colors because this is something that I'm very pleased about with this car. Now, I saw this car in Asphalt Legends, Asphalt 9, Asphalt Legends Unite, whatever, and this is the main color for the car, the green one, and I think it looks pretty cool, but for some reason in Asphalt Legends, the color is super bright, it looks kind of weird. Over here it looks pretty dope, and we also have some of the color options. We got it also on blue, and it keeps the trim, the red trim. We got it also in silver. It loses the red trim over here in the pillar and on the roof, but it keeps the one down here, so that's kind of dope. We got it in orange, which is always lovely, and also in white. So while it doesn't have a ton of color options, the color options that it does have, I think they look pretty cool. So yeah, that is the Lamborghini Temerario Class S, rank of 1861. How does it play? I have absolutely no idea because I haven't played with it not even once, and that's what we're doing today. So let me activate some boosters and let's see what kind of results I can get in this cup. And in case you were curious, there's the stats of the car with the boosters, but then again, this is a free try. You can already do this cup. You probably already have done it a bunch by the time this video is released. So still, I wanted to try my luck and see what I can get over here. So let's get into it. Now, here's a little bit of a peek behind the curtain. While this video is actually going live, I believe on Monday, I'm recording this since Friday. So this event has been going for me only for not even one full day. So I don't know how good or bad the results are gonna be compared to everybody else, but hey, I'm gonna try my best over here and check it out. Okay, I'm paying attention to the engine sound, and I'm noticing that it does not sound like a Lambo V12, which is a good thing. I've talked about before how for a lot of Lambos that were V10s, they still had the V12 engine sound in the game, which was completely wrong. So this one doesn't even have the V10 engine sound. This one has a V8 because the actual car does have a V8 engine. It has to do with Lamborghini switching finally for the small bull, switching away from the V10 into putting a V8. It's twin turbo. Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, I'm gonna finish the race anyway for the sake of completing this session of the TLE. So as to not get sent to Cheeterboard, because I keep on seeing people being sent to Cheeterboard because they quit the race before they can finish the session. The moment that I started this TLE, allegedly, this is the explanation that I saw and it kind of makes sense to me. Once you start a TLE, it kind of opens a session for the TLE. And if I quit the race without finishing the session, that's when I get sent into Cheeterboard. Instead, if I finish the race, then the session closes because I started it, I closed it, and I don't get sent to Cheeterboard. Whether or not that's true, I don't know, but that is the explanation that I got, and actually by following this advice of not quitting races, but instead closing the session, it has helped me to not hit Cheeterboard. It's very rare that I hit Cheeterboard, so yeah, that kind of works. But anyway, so that very terrible race, I already got into 29%, look at that. But yeah, that's not enough. Of course, I'm gonna be trying to improve the time, but I'm also gonna be trying with other colors because, hey, I wanna see other colors in action. Now, I'm gonna pause the music here for a second so you can hear the engine while I focus and I stop yapping. Are you f***ing kidding me? Alright, I don't think I want to do that jump again. Jesus Christ. But yeah, this engine sound that you hear over here, it is one that I've talked about before. I call it the McLaren engine because a lot of McLaren use this engine sound in the game. And I used to not like this engine sound very much. Nowadays, I actually do. But I am well aware that the problem with it is that it's too quiet. If the sound was louder like it is in Asphalt 7, where I heard it again and I'm like, wow, that sounds amazing. Yeah, it's all about the volume being too low in this game. I suggested to GameLove to fix this, but of course nothing happened, sadly. So here we are. I'm just gonna finish this race. No, you know what? I'm actually gonna show you some other bit related to Cheeterboard. I am not gonna quit the race. I'm gonna restart it. Now, this technically doesn't close the session of the TLE. Why? Because I never finished the race. There were never any results sent to the server, like, oh yeah, it hasn't finished. So over here, my idea is still to finish at some point. Even if I restart a race a bunch, at some point I need to finish the last race so that the session gets closed. Again, this is information that I got. I don't know if it's proper, true or not, because GameLove has never confirmed what sends people to Cheeterboard. But since I saw this explanation and I started experimenting with it, indeed, I have seen that so long as you, even if you restart races, so long as you don't straight up quit them, and the very last one that you're gonna do, you finish them regardless of whether you got a good or an absolutely terrible result, just finish the race, and in that way you don't get sent to Cheeterboard. And like I said, thanks to this advice, I've managed to stay out of Cheeterboard for a very, very long time. So yeah, keep that in mind. Try it if you will. It works for me. I'm not sure that this is 100% the reason why you get or not sent to Cheeterboard, but it works for me, so you may want to check it out. Oh no, I messed that up. Oh man, I really need to practice this turn, because I have nailed by now this turn with this type of turn in Munich, but over here I don't practice it enough, and you can see that was absolutely terrible, but still, that was a better time. I'm willing to bet that this is gonna take me to about 12%. Yeah, I'm gonna go with 12%. Let's see what I actually got. And the answer is, oh, 9%. Look at that. And you saw that. Well, you know, the lap was alright. It was not the cleanest lap out there, but it wasn't bad either. By the way, so like I said, I did restart the race, but let's have a look at the leaderboard. I should not be in Cheeterboard, which you can tell if you're in Cheeterboard because the first places are gonna be 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. That's how you know you're in Cheeterboard. So this so far doesn't look like I'm on Cheeterboard, so it's looking good. Now I'm gonna proper shut up and try to do my best with this thing. At this point, really, I'm only aiming for 5%. I'm most definitely not gonna be able to hit 1%, but 5%, I should be able to do it. If I don't mess up the last spiral too badly. Again, I'm gonna need to practice that a bunch, because I'm really out of the loop when it comes to doing that loopy section. Wordplay. Shut up, DBT, focus. By the way, if you want me to review the performance of this car or something like that, I can't at the moment, not on a TLE. So yeah, I'm just running with it and hoping for the best. Well, that was definitely not very good, but it was way better than last time. So that put me at 52 something. Was that better or not? I don't even know. 52.7. Yeah, I think we hit 52.900 or so in the previous one. I don't know. Let's check it out. And my position is going to be 4%. Let's go. There we go. Beautiful. So I've already hit the 5%. And again, you can tell that when I'm recording this video, because of how much time is left over here, you can see 13 days and 4 hours. By the time you play it, or by the time this video is out, this should say more like 11 days or something. So it should give you an idea when I'm recording this. But hey, the results so far, this seems decent. And I'm going with orange now because reasons. So I'm gonna try to tell you what I'm doing over here. I'm gonna start with triple tap, steering a little bit to the left to get out of the way. Still triple tap as much as I can. And going for all 3 nitro bottles over here. Steer back into the left and then take a turn to the right. Without drifting or anything, the car has decent enough handling where it can do this turn. Got that orange nitro bottle, go for a low jump over here. Triple tap, drift, triple tap, drift, triple tap. Drift, triple tap. Landing, triple tap, and there we go. Same thing over here, all triple tap. You can basically just use triple tap all the way. Triple tap. Now over here, notice that I try to go into the gap right here, this little gap. If you do that right, you can actually get a little bit of airtime by doing that. So yeah, keep that in mind. Over here's where I mess it up, because again, oh, that was not too bad. No, I'm going a bit too wide over there. Oh man, I went wide. I went wide. Why? Yeah, that was not better. That was like 52,900. But still, I think 52,900 should still give you. Maybe it's still good enough to get into 5%. I'm not sure. I still probably have enough fuel for one more race. So let's do one last attempt and see if I can improve it a tiny little bit. So once again, with my bad narration, again, it's all triple tap, right? All triple tap. I don't know. And again, as I would say, you know, I am not necessarily a terrible player at the game, but I'm not particularly good either. So I'm not saying that this is the meta route for this or anything. No, it's probably not. Surely it is not. It's just how I do it. It works for me. So yeah, if I could only improve the very last section, the spirally section, I think that's what you could cut a lot more time from my lap. So yeah, keep that in mind. If you know how to do that section better, yep, you're probably gonna get a better time than I did over here. There we go, same situation, trying to go for the gap for the airtime. I did not manage it. Over there, I don't know if I did. And here we go. Oh, I went wide again. Oh man, 51, 52 for 500. Wait, is that better? Did I do it a little bit better? 52, 500. Yeah, I think that's a little bit better than I did on the previous one. I don't even remember, man. I need to start writing down what times am I getting, because I keep on forgetting. I'm like, was that better or nah? But all right, let's see. 3%. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I guess if I try and keep on trying, I may be able to hit the 1%. So yeah, maybe I'll update you later if I could continue to practice that last turn, because man, I'm telling you, I don't practice it enough. And I know you can do it so much better, so much sharper, so much closer to the inside of the turn. But yeah, that's it. Now, before I end this video, I did want to talk real quick or just mention the fact that I'm getting a lot of fail to connect messages when I'm trying to play multiplayer. And that is getting annoying. I'm wondering if you guys are getting the same issue, because I haven't seen many people talking about it. So I'm starting to wonder if it's something on my connection. But that doesn't seem to be the case. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you have seen this fail to connect throughout this past weekend. By the time you're watching this video, this last weekend, did you get a lot of that error, or was it just DVT? Now, if you want to get a heart and a pin on this video, the key phrase is gonna be, a new Lambo has arrived. At least the color options are cool. First person to post it gets a heart, a pin, and all of that good stuff. Like I said, I have some things to talk about the look of the Temerario, because I don't love it. It's still a Lambo. I still like it. I'll still get it, but I don't love it. But that's going to have to be for another video. For now, once again, if you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, and all that good stuff, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.